Hey guys, this is SamAttack4427 here with, of course, a very special video that I need to get this out to you guys. Yeah, sorry if I took so long to actually get this out for all of you guys. I was kind of a bit busy with, of course, you know, finishing up my semester at college and final exams and everything, and right about now we're getting everything ready for the holiday season right about now. But this video I do need to get out to all of you guys because this is actually something that's really important, and I do need to share with all of you, and especially something that has been going in my mind very recently that I think I need to get out to you guys. So yeah, I figure I would make this video for all of you guys real quick just to let you guys know. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Oh, and also, before I begin talking about what I need to talk about, big special thanks to YouTube channel Crafting for providing some really great information for me to talk about all this in this video right about now. So yeah, I just took a look at his stuff with what he's been doing regarding this situation, and he's actually provided some pretty good points right about now, and yeah, definitely go check out his stuff. He's actually a really great guy. So yeah, with that being said, let's get right to it. Now, as some of you guys may recall, back in a little right around late November, I believe. Yeah, I'm gonna say late November. I actually talked about all the stuff that's going on YouTube very recently regarding the FTC and COPPA and plenty of other stuff. And yeah, to all those who are saying, "Oh, COPPA is fake, that won't happen," well, try looking it up on Google. COPPA is actually a real law that's actually happened. So yeah, it's been going on for quite a while now. So yeah, definitely look it up on Google. It's actually pretty interesting when you think about it. But regardless, I did talk about all the stuff that's been going on YouTube very recently regarding the FTC and COPPA and plenty of other stuff that will be going on that will be affecting several YouTube channels, big or small when you think about it. So yeah, I actually did talk about it very quick, and I'm alongside with several other people letting everyone know about what's going on and how you can actually put a stop to all this. Well, believe it or not, we actually do have a bit of news that we wanted to share. So yeah, probably not too long ago, the FTC actually did respond to all this stuff that has been going on, and then of course they put up an article not too long ago regarding some specific information regarding the stuff on YouTube and plenty of other stuff that will help comply with the COPPA law, which I actually did look at it for myself, and it was actually quite interesting. I'm really glad that the FTC has actually responded to us, and not to mention from what I heard right about now, I did mention something about that the FTC will of course fine you about $42,000 or maybe even more per video if your video is not made for kids. Well, believe it or not, I think I will get this out to you guys. That will not happen anytime soon. So yeah, I guess if anything, the FTC did officially say that of course fining content creators well over $42,000 will not happen in particular. Now I will admit, upon hearing that for myself, that is actually really great. I think it's actually quite fascinating that the FTC actually did listen to us about what's going on, and yeah, they of course decided to explain what will be happening, and they're doing everything they can to of course hear our cries and plenty of other stuff, and yeah, not to mention YouTube themselves actually did put out a very pretty much a very recent tweet not too long ago stating that I guess in regards of course that a lot of content creators want to of course try to go for more mixed audiences as opposed to either probably not going for saying their videos as either not made for kids or made for kids in general. I think they actually did say that if your content falls under general audiences, which is of course people at the ages of 13 and up, you can of course set your videos as not made for kids. Now, that's actually really impressive, and I'm really glad that YouTube has actually did of course follow through on what you can do if of course probably just for, just in case they actually do have a bit of a mixed audience saying that they'll probably put up in the near future. So yeah, I think it's safe to say that YouTube and the FTC actually did hear us out on all this, and they're now doing everything they can to, of course, fix up the situation so we can actually understand a whole lot more. So by now, a lot of you guys are wondering, now that all this stuff is going on, where do we go from here? Well, I think it's actually a very easy thing that I can answer. All we can do is just pretty much do absolutely nothing right about now and just follow through it until then. So yeah, I kind of figure that pretty much the only thing we can do right about now is, of course, do absolutely nothing, and of course, try our best to work in with, of course, these new changes that are going to be coming to YouTube and such. So we can actually apply to what's been going on, and yeah, I think it's pretty strange for me for saying this, but yeah, I think it's pretty much like I said, probably in like the last video relating to COPPA and stuff, is that I have been producing content for well over 11 years now, and believe it or not, I had never received any complaints from any parents in general saying that they really don't like what they're seeing in my videos that their kids are watching right about now. So, but yeah, I think it's something I do need to of course address right about now, which is of course regarding pretty much all parents, not some parents, just all parents in general. This I do need to get out for you guys. Now of course, I do know some stuff has been going on very recently with, of course, all this stuff that has been going on, but this is actually, I think part of the main problem is, of course, is mainly, of course, not the kids watching this, but mainly on the parents. Now, truth be told, I am not a lawyer, to be honest, nor am I even a parent of a child yet, so, but this is something I do need to get out for you guys. I think pretty much, I think with where we're currently at right about now, with of course technology evolving, and of course plenty of other stuff that is keeping us forward, it turns out I think parents actually monitoring their kids on what they can and cannot watch, as well as, of course, learn how to be decent human beings. It's almost like it's becoming like a non-existing species anymore. So, yeah, that is absolutely really scaring me for the most part. I think pretty much parents are not actually doing a, well, actual parenting for once, and not monitoring their kids on anything in general, because yeah, I think pretty much with where we're at right about now, I think with of course what parents are doing right about now, they of course had to give their iPhones, iPads, their computers, and plenty of other stuff to kids to help keep them occupied, and I think this has been going on very recently with, of course, YouTube in general, and yeah, truth be told, I can't stand this kind of stuff, because yeah, I think for all of you parents out there, this is something I do need to address. I think for you guys being, of course, parents in general, I think you're supposed to be, of course, well, parenting the kids in general, because yeah, honestly, this is actually really scaring me for a big with what's been going on right about now. In fact, probably not too long ago in my math class I took at college this semester, I do need to get this out to you guys. One of my classmates right about now, of course, brought one of her kids over to the classroom while they're of course while we're of course studying for one of our finals that'll be coming up, and pretty much one of the main things that of course one of our classmates, which is also the parent of that child in general, is of course she of course gave the iPad to of course the kid, so that way he can actually be occupied and actually watch some stuff while of course his mother is of course working on the studying for the final. Now truth be told, that's not a problem in general. In fact, but yeah, in fact, I do fully respect that, but this is actually something that is not this is something I do need to address that is not being mentioned entirely. And to any parents, or pretty much all parents out there that are watching this right about now, we are content creators, not babysitters in general. So yeah, I guess if anything, I think this is something I don't think would be a really great way to, of course, monitor their kids by, of course, giving them any sort of technology so they can watch some stuff on YouTube while, of course, the parents are out doing their own thing. No, I think the parents need to, of course, monitor their kids on what they can and cannot watch in general, and that is something that not a lot of parents are doing right about now. And truth be told, it's not only scaring me for a bit, but it's also really bugging me for a bit. And yeah, I think I'm now seeing this everywhere I go right about now. And yeah, it's starting to really grind my gears in general because, yeah, now now like I said, I really don't blame the FTC and COPPA and YouTube and plenty of other stuff in general. No, I'm actually blaming the parents for once because, yeah, I think I know back then, during my time as a child, my parents, of course, did do a fine job in monitoring me on what I can and cannot watch. Yeah, and I think that's mainly because of the rating system in general for pretty much anything, really. Movies, TV shows, even video games in general. So yeah, if there's something that my parents, of course, will, of course, not let me play in general, they, of course, will, of course, let me, of course, play or watch something that is appropriate to my age. And, of course, I have to wait until I'm much older to then see some of the stuff that older people are watching right about now, and thankfully that has been working out pretty well. I think all parents in general need to do exactly that. They need to monitor their kids on what they can and cannot watch, and yeah, truth be told, like I said, I'm not really a father of any child just yet in general, but I think this is something that I do think needs to happen. I think the parents need to stop relying on giving kids their iPhone and iPad to the kids in general, so that way they can watch some videos that is either made for kids or not made for kids, just so that they can keep themselves occupied. No, I think the parents need to step in and monitor their kids on what they can and cannot watch and actually do some, well, actual parenting for once. So yeah, I guess about anything, I think that is seriously what needs to happen in general. And of course, with all these changes that are going on YouTube earlier, it did really scare us, but yeah, thankfully, with, of course, some clear information and some stuff that'll be going on very recently that they all mentioned earlier, I'm actually really glad that things are now clearing up, and of course, they're doing everything they can to, of course, keep YouTube alive, and so that way we can actually produce some content. So yeah, this is, but yeah, I guess about anything, I think all parents in general need to, of course, monitor their kids on what they can and cannot watch, and that is something that needs to happen. I mean, it worked well in the past, but clearly it's non-existent now. But we need to, of course, monitor their kids now, like we did back then. So yeah, I guess about anything, I think to all parents in general, they need to, of course, monitor their kids and, of course, do some actual parenting for once. So yeah, I think that is something that really needs to happen for all parents. Not some parents, all parents in general. So yeah, and I know chances are, pretty much in the not too distant future, when I become a father of some kids pretty soon, I will of course do the same thing that my parents did, which is, of course, monitor their kids on what they can and cannot watch and do some actual parenting for once. So yeah, hopefully that will probably happen some point around in the not too distant future, but we'll probably have to wait and see later on, because yeah, I have been producing content for well over 11 years now, and I have never, ever in any sort of degree received any complaints from any parent of any child in general, saying that what I'm producing right about now is of course not suitable for kids, and thankfully I have been doing exactly that, and it has been working out pretty well. So of course, with all that said and done, I know a lot of you guys are asking, given to of course what I said earlier about all the stuff that's going to be happening with of course the future of YouTube relating to the FTC and COPPA and plenty of other stuff, where do I go from here, and what can I do exactly? Well, thankfully, just as a bit of a precaution, just so that everything gets officially settled, I of course set all of my videos on both my main channel, SamAttack4427TV, and of course my second channel, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions. Man, I'm having a mouthful today, but regardless, I've actually set all of the videos on both channels that I mentioned earlier as not made for kids. So yeah, I'm taking this as a bit of a precaution right about now, just so that everything gets settled, and of course, not to mention, I'm still gonna produce the content I absolutely love, but while at the same time, actually work out on some things, and of course, work my way, yeah, probably work around, of course, trying my best to work around this entire situation in general. So yeah, that's exactly what is going to happen with, of course, both of my channels in general. I'm not going anywhere, to be honest. I'm still going to produce the content I absolutely love, and of course, and yeah, to any parents to think that the content I'm producing is not made for kids in general, or pretty much they of course are of course complaining to me on how much their kids are not really liking what I'm seeing, well, then don't watch them in general. So yeah, that is exactly what is going to happen in the near future. I've set all of my videos on both of my channels as not made for kids, just so that all this gets resolved, and of course, I'll of course find a way to work around this entire situation in general, because I still want to keep all the features that YouTube has still given to us, and I wanted to keep it that way. So yeah, it's pretty much what I'm gonna have to say right about now, because yeah, it's probably the only thing I can do right about now with, of course, this situation. Of course, with all the stuff that I mentioned earlier, while at the same time, do nothing about it until all this gets resolved, because all these changes right about now will go into effect right around on January 1st of 2020. So yeah, but if you still want to, of course, reach out to the FTC and spread the word about all this, just so that we can actually keep YouTube alive and save content creators from being endangered with all this stuff that is currently going on. Then, of course, reach out to the FTC about all of this, just so that we can finally get this situation resolved, and of course, let things go back to the way it was. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching this special update video for all of you guys, and yeah, hopefully we'll of course get some things resolved once all this quiets down for a little bit. So yeah, and yeah, like I said, probably until all this does get resolved, I'm still gonna produce the content I absolutely love until then. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching, and of course, as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.